Portugal and France are just starting to emerge from a state of emergency that plunged their cities into chaos today after a widespread blackout that disrupted the lives of millions. The blackouts caused not only darkness, but payments, medical services and transport were also affected. Peak hour was particularly chaotic, with traffic jams making the commute home a nightmare for workers.
And I have to be honest, you know what was even more wild? There was no Wi-Fi.
What?
There was no internet. We were so disconnected. The amount of people that I saw just walking on the street, not looking at the phone, it was so normal. It was bittersweet while beautiful. It really made me think about the possibility that if that ever happens again, worldwide, what's gonna happen? Being disconnected that you can't call the cops? Nothing works. All the buses were filled. All the metro didn't work. I have no idea what the heck is happening. Sure, hospitals in those places have backup generator, but I'm thinking about buying a solar panel. I'm thinking about buying a Starlink so I can always stay connected because I've never experienced something like that.
When the power was finally switched back on after hours in Lisbon, Portugal, the people rejoiced. While some are saying it could have been caused by a cyber attack, and Portugal's grid operator is saying it was due to a rare atmospheric phenomenon, others are saying the timing of the blackout just doesn't add up.
And by the way, you can do the research yourself, but Spain has destroyed so many dams. These dams normally create electricity, but they went the other way. But now that the dams are flowing like normal, but sometimes they build houses in their path. And that's why the thing that happened in Andalusia happened accidentally. Oh my God, we don't know, but oh, it happened because of climate change. It's a dam. Why would you build houses in the road of a dam or even a city? So the Sultans, I'm like, I understand you're trying to do something nice, but you're gaslighting me. Adilo, remember to subscribe.
Okay, I don't want to sound super alarmist here, but what the hell is going on? In Spain, Portugal, and parts of France, the entire electricity grid is down. Meaning, obviously, nothing is working because in our modern day and age, almost everything that you can imagine is electricity powered. Think traffic lights, think the airports, hospitals hopefully have generators, but imagine the sheer chaos that is unfolding in those nations right now and the lives that it will probably cost. What's going on? Is this a cyber attack or is it something as innocent as grid failure? Because if it is, it should make us think twice about the net zero agenda that is pushing towards full and total just electricity powered functioning of society, essentially, because they want to get rid of anything fossil fueled. Scary. This is Europe 2025. We should be a developed continent and 3 major countries have zero electricity right now. I hope this gets fixed soon because, like I said, we have to pray for the people there because chaos erupts very, very soon when everything stops working.
The outage was not caused by a net zero policy. Portuguese energy company Red Elétrica Nacional says that due extreme temperature variation in the interior or Spain, there was an anomalous oscillations in a phenomenon known as induced atmospheric vibration. I'm like, okay.
What are you talking about? You don't know?
This commentator said, Spain launched an experiment on April 16th to generate all power for the entire Iberian Peninsula only through renewable energy sources such as wind, solar and hydro. Today, their power grid collapsed, leaving Spain, Portugal and France with the largest blackout ever. This commentator agreed, saying, "The entire nation of Spain and the entire nation of Portugal are without electricity right now. Completely unprecedented. Spain wants to keep shutting down their coal-powered energy plants so they can please Greta Thunberg. And now they've effed around and found out." And author and journalist Michael Schellenberger agrees, saying renewables don't risk blackouts, said the media. But they did and they do. The physics are simple. And now, as blackouts in Spain strand people in elevators, jam traffic and ground flights, it's clear that too little inertia due to excess solar resulted in system collapse.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are dependent on electricity everywhere because it's good for the environment. I'm like, okay, cool. Why do we have only one power source? And that power source is in another country. And once it goes down, now that we know it's not dependable, it goes out in Portugal, it goes out in Spain, it goes out in the south of France. And I'm like, yo man, isn't that crazy? You couldn't buy anything. You couldn't get the food. Everything is electric.
This Spanish commentator slammed her prime minister after 8 hours without electricity.
I've been alive for 25 years and we never had a complete blackout, not for 1 minute. And now this is happening when the Prime Minister of Spain is an openly fan and puppet of George Soros and a fellow follower of the Agenda 2030. Smells fishy to me, don't you think? I'm very afraid this is the beginning of something much bigger and worse. So, pray for Spain. We are very doomed.
If you don't have a gas stove like me at home, in Barcelona, a western city where you're supposed to have electric, because gas is bad.
That's a really bad sign.
I was the only person that could cook. I can't replace it, but as long as you have it, you're allowed to have it. Woo, I found a rule to win. But it is what it is. It's stupid. Want to buy something? Well, I hope the credit card works, their machine. If not, only money. Metro didn't work. Buses were full. I'm like, what? Stores were getting closed. Amen, everything, ladies and gentlemen. It was, wanna get the coffee? No coffee. Wanna build your coffee at home? All electric. Unless you're gonna do it by hand, old school. Ladies, everything stopped. And gentlemen, everything stopped. The only beautiful, I had to poop in a bag.
I need poop, you need poop. We all poop.
Yes, I have a bidet, open the bag. Like a dog. Because it's the only way. Nothing with the water. The machine has to pump the water through all the channels. Now everything is working within less than 24 hours. But it did show people how vulnerable it is. And now people are thinking, hey man, we better go solar panel and be independent. Which means solar panel prices are gonna go up. So you better buy now maybe.
What the heck is that, man?
No va a haber ni apagones de electricidad, ni racionamiento de bombonas de butano, ni ninguna de esas escenas apocalípticas que evocan en muchas ocasiones la bancada de la derecha y la ultraderecha junto con los medios de comunicación que jalean esas noticias y esos mensajes.
And that is a Spanish PM saying that, hey, there's not going to be so many power outages as you're saying. You don't have to keep all the gas pumps so you can cook at your home. No rationing like Walking Dead. But that is the intent of the right-wingers and the ultra-right-wingers with their news station and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care about that. Most people don't care about that. But don't say it's never possible. And we don't have to be extra careful and focus on centralized energy.
One ring to rule them all.
I'm like, why? Huh? That's like telling me you don't have to worry about hitting your head because the wall is soft.
What have you done for me lately? Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, dur, loqueta, verdeta, welcome.